Welcome, everyone, to the best darn baseball show that is on ASAP Network. It is the Tuesday night full count. And yes, that is not UL right there. We do have a guest today. He is with the GMs for Hire. This is Will Polston. Will, say hello.
What's up, everybody? If you're used to being on ASAP Network, you've been around for a while. Obviously, you've probably seen me before, but happy to be back. Still doing my own podcast. Go check it out on YouTube only now. We have gone exclusively to YouTube at GMs for Hire on there. Go check us out. We're coming up here on our year as a podcast, which is great. April 27th will be our first full year. And our subs are just going up and up and up. So anybody who wants to come join the family, keep it coming. So happy to be here. Happy to join.
All right. Awesome. Thank you for that. Thank you. And he wasn't here last week, but he finally made it this week. It is Brandon Herrera.
Brenda!
Wow.
Hey!
Brenda, where'd your hair go?
Yeah. Hey, what's up, guys? Yeah, I was out last week. Did catch a show, though, so you guys had a great show last week. So glad to be back today.
Couldn't do it without you, Brenda.
Thank you, Willie.
Wilma,
there you go.
Yeah. And right below me, he was gone last week also, but his excuse was he was actually at a baseball game. Felix, how you doing, man?
Woo! Phillies we're 4-0.
word.
We're awesome. So with that being said, with Felix, he's probably like the only one of us that been to a live action baseball game already. So Felix, I'm just gonna give you the floor right here. Tell me about your experience and like the fans and everything that happened.
So first off, whenever you're handed tickets, it's probably to a loss in this day and age. I went to a game. I've never heard of Chase Anderson before. But Stroman pitched for the Mets. Interesting. Threw out a couple batters, got us really going. Like we were yelling some harsh things, as you probably know, Philly fans do. It was weird. A lot of seats were zip tied shut. There were only about maybe 10 people per section, if that. Atmosphere was great, though. Hey, it sounded good. I mean, fans went off. It was a great time. It was a little different with the concessions going on, and it's not like you could just get up and get food. You literally have to wait 2 innings to get food. Yeah, with the 6-foot distance and then everything else, you have to. It's even longer now. But besides that, I mean, it's the same old thing. You just have more room. It's like the vet all over again.
It's like every Marlins game ever.
Yeah.
So with the 6-foot distance, did he use those like foot long licorice ropes to measure out?
Pretty cool.
No, they would be gone one way or another.
Did they have ushers and stuff or vendors up and down the rows or no?
What?
Did they have the vendors?
Peanuts and Cracker Jack guys walking around?
Yeah.
Did they have those guys?
were still around,
they did?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
They only had a certain number, though. It was like, before there were like 20 of them. Now there might be 10 that have specific sections. But
Oh,
they
okay.
still have them.
All right. Oh, that's awesome. So it's been about a full week of baseball that we actually finally got. Week and a half about, I want to say. Well, what is your impression of the season so far and in your surprises?
Mine, so far the season's been. It feels more normal. It definitely does. You're starting to get that genuine fan reaction, which is great. There's such an obvious difference between the fan noise that they're piping into the stadium versus an actual genuine crowd. And I don't know if it's just because I haven't heard a full sellout crowd in a while, but man, 25%, 18% capacity is starting to sound like a full sold out crowd. Like it's nuts. I was watching a Cardinal game the other day. Nolan Arenado hit his first home run in his home opener in St. Louis, and the crowd went berserk. I mean, it was deafening in there. Even on TV, it's been a great opportunity to see fans back into the stands. It's something that, the cardboard cutouts, they were great. They did what they were supposed to do. They kind of filled the void, but enough of that. Let's get butts back in seats. Let's get the genuine fan reaction, and it's nice to have it again because it is miles different than what we had last year.
I have to agree with the cardboard cutouts because they were pretty boring with the wave. They didn't do very well with the wave.
Yeah, they didn't. In fact, no chance. It was quiet the whole time. They didn't even grab foul balls. They'd take it on the head and just not move, which is impressive, but not fun.
A lot better than what I would probably done if I got hit by a foul ball. I couldn't stand there.
I mean, hey.
Yeah. Brandon, what about you? What's your impressions with this first week and a half, even though the Mariners took 2 out of 3 from your Twins?
Yeah. So far, I mean, I definitely enjoy baseball all around. Like Will said, you get the crowd in there. You know, you 10,000 to 20,000. You're hearing real fan reaction. So I'm loving baseball. I mean, it's early, so I'm not worried about the Twins right now. You know, maybe in a month or two, we'll see where they're going. But so far right now, I'm loving it.
Awesome. I am loving it too. I'm just loving the craziness that's happened like the first 4 days. Like you had the Orioles on top, like of the division. Boston Red Sox went like 0-4 for the first time since like in the 40s.
Well,
and who else was there?
lot of missed no hitters. I mean,
yeah, the Tigers were in first place. Keyword were, and so forth. I thought it was great. And
Phillies were 4-0 at a point. Sorry, I had to.
I'm happy for him. You know,
Hey, I'm happy for you. As long as it's not the Mets, I'm hanging out. Yeah.
He's like, number 1 pick. Here we come. Speaking of which, after watching this week, I think the NL East is probably the toughest division to see who's actually going to come out on top. Like, what's your take on that, Felix?
Yeah, it's going to be one of the toughest divisions because the Nats are good, the Mets are good, the Phillies are okay, and the Braves are good. So, you know, it's going to be one series to watch after another. You know, just hoping that everyone stays healthy and, you know, proves their worth. Not like Mr. Tatis, who swung a bat and went down after getting paid.
Yeah, they are. You see that? Yeah.
no way.
Nationals suck.
I'll take it.
Those guys right there. Yeah, those guys are pretty good. Also right up there. Yeah, we like that team. That's good stuff.
So I actually read something that the NL East is actually going to get a new team, Felix. Like the Astros are coming over because you got the Mets cheating. Then what happened with the Phillies? I mean, why not? Let's bring them over.
Listen, whatever the ump says goes. But hey, even New York said it was all right. So Bohm hit it. That's all I'm worried about.
Do you know what the Angels actually almost made my season because when the Astros were there in Anaheim, they were actually throwing trash cans onto the field. I loved it.
Were they the ones that threw the blow up one too on the field?
Yep.
Yeah,
that was
They did blow up ones and real ones.
Yeah, maybe real ones.
Okay.
It's good
It was
stuff.
great. I loved it.
And that's the thing that the cardboard cutouts weren't doing that. You know, we're not getting that the fan reaction is so ridiculously better than anything you're ever going to get.
Wow, Marlins are up on the Braves.
Shout out Marlins. Shout out Marlins.
Where's
But,
Ace we can beat him?
Right.
We don't need another rant from Ace right now. He's still getting over WrestleMania's rant.
I can only imagine what he's going to say about Alec Boehm not touching home plate. But
What?
What? Yeah, maybe Angel Hernandez was watching the replay, but I don't know. But
Maybe it was Joe West. Who knows?
could have been Jim Joyce.
Jim Joyce. Yeah,
It could have been anybody, but I can tell you one thing: everybody at home saw Alec Boehm. It is 9:12 Central Time on April 13th, 2021, and Alec Boehm has still not touched home plate. It is ridiculous.
I think he hit
wow!
One day and he actually hit home plate. So
Whatever. Yeah, come on. We'll get to you in a little bit.
That's awesome. I just want to say welcome to the show, John and Madison. Hey, welcome back. Haven't seen you on the Chicago.
Yeah, Madison, haven't seen you in a while.
I'm back, baby. I bring everything.
So Madison is a bandwagoner, so that's what.
Well,
That's,
dog. Dude,
right?
you come for the show. Whenever I share it, people come in. Okay.
When the ratings drop.
Yeah, right.
All right,
Watch, I'm gonna turn my camera off. Watch all these viewers go away. All right. No. Good
all
stuff.
right. So
Happy to be
that's all right. That's all right. So continuing on. So I was actually coming up with an idea. It's like, who are the 5 pitchers you guys think that have the weirdest or quirkiest windup ever? Because I could think of 3 off the top of my head. Because I got the D Train, Dontre Willis. Then I got Tim Lickerson, right? Yep. Then
Mr. Marijuana.
yep. And then I got Hideo Nomo. I mean, those are
Hideki Nomo, yeah.
Hideki Nomo, and I think there was another one, Matsuzaka with the Red Sox. So I just want to know what your guys' take. I'm going to go with Brandon on this one. Who do you think has like the weirdest wind
Well,
up?
you named off 2 with Hideki Nomo and Willis. Orlando Hernandez with that high leg kick that almost like he could have kissed his knee every time, and he might have. He just had a weird wind up. Chad Bradford, the sidearm submariner that pretty much touched the dirt, I think, every time he threw the ball. And then I actually kind of, it's not a quirky windup, but Scott Erickson when he glared over his glove. Like he had the glove up here and all you can see is his eyes. I thought that was just one of the coolest things, just stare down him and the catcher. And so those are my 5.
All right. Well, what about you?
So I had like a whole list of players that came to my mind as soon as I saw this. There's so many weird ones. And you mentioned Hideo Nomo and you mentioned Dontrelle Willis. I actually had Dontrelle Willis and El Duque connected because Dontrelle Willis was basically the left-handed El Duque. Their windups were almost the exact same thing. It was kind of nuts, but a lot of mine are more recent. I know you said Tim Lincecum. I had Tim Lincecum as well. Whenever you can see the numbers on a dude's back whenever he's pitching to you, that's ridiculous. Which also brings up one that I didn't know if you guys were going to mention, Johnny Cueto. Cueto does – it's not that Cueto's rotation and his windup's weird. It's how he does it. Like he switches up his time. He switches up his cadence. He'll sit there and he'll turn and he'll hold it. He'll do a little shimmy and then he'll throw it and then he'll fast pitch you the next one. And it's just like there's absolutely no sequence to the way he pitches, and it's just kind of interesting. Throwing it way back, going to Steven Williams on the Yankees, way back in the day, man. He had an ephus pitch, and the man would literally step and then just sit there and hold and show you the ball, and then he let go of it. Like he'd sit there and just pause right there, and it was just like, are you gonna throw it? Like what the hell's going on? He stood out to me. Dan Quisenberry stood out to me as my number 4. There's like submariners, and then there's Dan Quisenberry. Dan Quisenberry basically softball pitched. He threw underhanded. It almost looked like he was in a slow pitch softball league, except it came at like 90 miles an hour, which was cool. But him, and then my final one, number 5, was Jordan Walden. Jordan Walden legit jumps at you when he pitches. If you watch him, he goes through his normal rotation and everything, and whenever he pushes off the rubber, he actually lands completely. Like he goes both feet completely airborne and pushes off, and then whenever he lands, he whips it. And it's just, if you watch him, there's a legit hop in his rotation. It's nuts. So the fact that you're taking away an extra 2-3 feet and you're literally jumping at home plate to throw the ball, there's probably a reason why he's not in the league. But he was fun whenever he was here. So Jordan Walden's got to be number 5.
Awesome. All right, Felix.
Well, you took Willis from me. I mean, former Philly, but got him in the bad part of his career. I'm going to give you a guy that broke my heart. Still remember that pitch. Still crying about it. Wild thing, Mitch Williams. Oh, man, 93 World Series. I got Dice K. Pat Neshek, he was a reliever for the Phillies and a bunch of teams. He pitched underhanded, which is, I find that very awkward. It went underhand and then overhand. I don't know. It was just so weird of the release. And then I have someone else who no one else mentioned, but it's just because I watched him, watching so many Phillies games growing up. It's John Rocker.
Oh, yeah.
When he was holding the glove, and he started, I don't know, he was like hitting his glove with the ball, and then he the way he pitched, it was like, what the hell are you doing? But yeah, those are my five.
I mean, with Rocker, I'm always still catching my breath when he pitches because how fast he ran to the mound. I mean, that was like a dead sprint.
Did he always jump the line too, or am I thinking somebody else?
I think you're right. Yeah, he does.
Okay.
I think, John.
Yeah. So Will, you played baseball.
Yes.
Back in your younger years, right?
Yeah, in my heyday.
Yeah.
I'm only 22 years old. All right, watch it.
So with that being said, have you ever batted against a pitcher who did that underhand the submarine pitch? Have you ever batted?
No, I played 14 years, and I never saw anybody do it. But there was a time whenever I pitched that I did it. I tried it just to see what was going on. And I tell you what, after about half a season, if you're not used to it, that hurts. Like, it is brutal. Like, I was sitting there and I tried doing it, and my fastball didn't have the same life on it. My changeup was gross. And anything that slides, like, your breaking pitches are ridiculous. But it's not worth it. And especially a guy my size, I'm not meant to bend all the way down and whip it. Like, it's just not for me. And so, I mean, I went behind the plate later on, but whenever I did it, I was just like, man, we gotta go back to overhanded. And I think it was a talk with my dad was like, hey, why don't you not do that? And I was like, you know what, maybe I won't. And so we went to regular pitching. So yeah, no, I'm the only person that I can actually remember throwing submarine in a game. We did have a nice little lefty. Shout out Trevor Topp, struck me out twice in the same game once. I only struck out 2 times in one season, and it was the same game against him both times. Lefty guy who came from like a complete sidearm arm slot. Whenever the ball is basically coming from first base, it's really hard to hit it because he's sitting here facing you, and then his arm's all the way out here. I can't even get it on camera, and then it's just whipping all the way. I'm like, you can't pick up the ball. But no, never. That was probably the closest, but it was basically just like a catapult. Like it wasn't actually underneath like a sidearm. So.
All right. So I just want to give some quick updates that Nate is giving us. The Tigers are trashing up the Astros, no pun intended with that one. And and also Nate is saying that he has a baseball game this Saturday. We wish you good luck with that one, Nate.
Yep.
I played softball, so slow pitch softball because I'm an old guy. The season actually started on Sunday, and I played on a full turf field. So the dirt was turf. It was like brown carpet. It was the weirdest thing ever. So like when the ball hits the ground, it jumps over you. Even if you're standing, it just ricochets, just flies. It doesn't take any weird hops or anything. It just ricochets. And the other thing is you could like slide between first and second, like halfway there, and you'll just keep on going.
Mm-hmm.
You could like start your slide so soon. It was weird. Brandon or Felix, do you guys have any experience, like any cool experiences that you guys did during the baseball season? Or
no, I always thought about going back if I could and learning how to pitch sidearm, just because I always liked the knuckleball, and I thought, man, if a sidearmer could throw the knuckleball along with all the breaking stuff, that would just be wicked. I mean. So, and me being a lefty, I mean, I get what Will's saying. You're coming from first base and you're sticking your arm all the way out. Yeah, it's coming at a whole different angle. So, I always wished I learned more on the sidearm side of the baseball.
Okay.
Yeah, I played a couple games in high school, and then I realized it wasn't for me. So, no, I never dealt with that.
Okay, well, I know your experience is throwing batteries from the stands. I mean, that's how you guys got your.
That's how you do it. Hey, don't forget snowballs. Why do you think Santa doesn't come around?
And Brandon, I just want to come back to you
You
on.
want to talk about JD Drew?
I would like to not talk about
Double D batteries all day. I'll buy a whole pack.
I just want to go back on the pictures really quick because one came to my mind was Jim Abbott, the one hand.
yep.
Man, that was crazy how I was able to flip that that glove back over to that one hand. There's that, and look at there, Nate. You got a crowd going. You got someone cheering for you for this.
Go
weekend.
Yard.
Go Yard, Nate. Rake them in.
Yeah, dude, hit a humdinger. You need a bat flip. Make softball fun again.
So, Brandon, you're saying you were left-handed and you have never seen a left-handed catcher glove. Is that correct?
No, I actually own a left-handed catcher's glove.
Oh,
so,
okay.
yeah, I've actually in my time I've started at each position in baseball at one time or another. So, as a lefty, so.
Okay, because I was gonna say I was on Facebook and I found a left-handed catcher's glove actually.
Okay. Yeah, they're hard to find. So.
Trying to find lefty anything.
Yeah,
Or not.
exactly. Finding the left-handed glove first base or anything is very hard to find.
I will never forget. I was looking for a catcher's mitt, and the first one I grabbed, I really enjoyed. I was checking it out, loved the pockets, everything. Went to go put it on my hand. It was left-handed. I spiked it in Dick's Sporting Goods. I was so disappointed. I was like, lefty, what? I was like, no catcher's left-handed, and I just got mad.
Oh, that is crazy. So continuing with the show, we know that like the Phillies and the Mets, they had some controversial calls that happened, during the time.
Yeah.
I just want to let you guys know about the Mets game with that walk-off win. It was reviewable to see if he was hit by the pitch, but I guess it was not reviewable for the call that they made. Do you guys agree with that? I want to start with Felix on that one.
Put the homer aside.
It's weird how that works because they can review one thing but can't review another. And, what's the point of replay if you can't review everything?
Yep.
So that's where I stand on it. But I believe if it is controversial, at least a little bit, you have to take a little bit of time to look at it. Remember a couple of years ago, it might have been like 10 years ago when that Tigers pitcher threw the no-hitter and Jim Joyce, right?
Yep.
Called him out or called him safe for no reason.
Yeah.
It would end there after replay.
Right.
And he wouldn't get any more, no notoriety, I guess, for calling him safe. But I think you have to review everything now, especially if it's that close in play.
Okay. All right. Brandon, I'm going to go with you.
Yeah, it was weird because I saw the highlight and the ump got up like he was going to trigger give him the all 3 strike, pull. And then he's like, oh, no, you hit him. And it's just like, so it threw me off for a second.
He really did too.
Yeah. Okay. So it wasn't just me.
Yeah. No. I'm like,
yeah.
What?
Yeah. So it wasn't me. So yeah, it threw me off. But any controversial play, if you can review it one way, you should be able to review it the other way.
Absolutely.
So I'm with Felix. Anything should be reviewable. I know it'll take time, but we gotta get these calls right.
That is true. That is true. And thank you, Freddie, for the props on this show.
Yeah,
it's a great network. I mean, come on, we got Will in the house today.
Yeah, I mean. There was a different aura with this show today. I mean, come on.
Yeah. So, Will, what's your take with that call on that one?
Yeah, I think we're all going to end up being collectively on the same here. I mean, it was just my thing is that having reviews is great and all, but not to beat a dead horse, but if you can't review everything, why do you have it? Why is one thing reviewable and one thing's not? Like, why is a fair foul in play not reviewable, but a fair foul for a home run is? Like, if you get a ball that hits the chalk, you're probably getting a double. Just give them a ground rule double. Like, If it ends up being fair, ground rule double. If it's foul, it's foul. Okay, we keep going. Like, first off, I hate replay. I hate it. The whole point of umpires doing it and people controlling things is for there to be mistakes. We are human. We're gonna mess stuff up. Okay, there's been plenty of blown calls. It's just that poor Galarraga got his career got absolutely shut down because Jim Joyce is blind as a bat. But the problem is we have replay because Jim Joyce is blind as a bat. Like, Angel Hernandez can't call balls and strikes, but we don't have automatic strike zones yet. Like, I know they're working on it, and it's going to be because Angel Hernandez sucks. But there's also the fun in baseball is that not every umpire is the same. You can hit an outside corner pitch, hit the paint, and it'd be an over the plate, and it's a strike to one guy, even though it's actually in the strike zone, and it's a ball to another guy. Like, that's the fun. People are personalized. People have preferences. People see things differently. Bang bang plays, I mean, you're meant to have mistakes. You know, whether you think Alec Boehm touched home or not, whether you think Michael Conforto leaned into that pitch, whether you think the base runner in the Galarraga game was safe or not, he wasn't. But whether you think he was, you know, it's part of the game. Like, and that's they talk about pace of play and they talk about speeding things up. So they're like, I know what we'll do. We will implement something that takes away 10 minutes of every single baseball game, and we can just delay this even more. You're trying to get this game fast paced. You're trying to get this game to where people who aren't interested will watch. And then whenever you tune into a game and it's just umpires chilling there with headphones on, I just change it to the next game. I don't care what's going on. I don't even sit there to look at what the play was unless it's like 6-6 in the bottom of the ninth. Like, otherwise I don't care. You know, if it's 3-2 in the top of the third, I'm like, oh, whatever. This game's not even close to done. So it's just, you need to figure it out. There needs to be a way where everything's reviewable or nothing's reviewable, and then we go from there.
All right. So speaking of Angel Hernandez, they're going to make the automated strike zone called the Angel Hernandez 3000. So that's
and it's still going to miss balls and strikes.
Oh, yeah.
What's going to happen when it starts raining and it malfunctions? Like, what the hell? Like, Angel Hernandez malfunctions in the sun or the rain. What are you going to do whenever it starts raining and all of a sudden your robot can't call balls and strikes anymore? Like, what's happening? I don't understand it. Baseball was great how it is. Why are you trying to ruin it?
But don't the umps still get a say in the ball and strike?
Yeah,
I don't know what exactly the whole thing is, but if that's the case, if you're going to have automatics but an umpire still has say, what's the umpire? Like, why are we going to automatic?
Well, I think the ump is going to be behind home plate to call, you know, the Boehm play if he's safe or not.
Yeah,
That's what I think.
I think he's because it's only calling balls and strikes. It's not calling outs and you know, safe out.
Right, yeah.
So he's there for the play at home that you have to call safe or out, but he's not calling balls or strikes, which is dumb. Like, now that guy's just there for no reason. Like,
replacement, which is a machine.
Exactly, and
I thought the umps had could overrule it. I thought,
and even then, and whenever you look at replay's a flawed system. We've seen it so far this season. There's been multiple calls blown already. That even when you watch it on replay, man, there's so many plays where I'm sitting here at home with a naked eye, not in front of the stadium, not anywhere near it, and I'm on TV in front of a screen, and I go, that guy's out, and they call safe, and I'm like, what? Like, how did you miss that? And then we'll watch replay, and then they still call him safe. And I'm like, what? Like, you know, and that just, it throws you off. And like the Boehm play, you know, it has to be talked about. Sorry, you're a Phillies fan. I understand. But
I don't care.
When you're sitting there watching it, the Braves catcher, I'm assuming it was Darno. I don't remember who was catching, but I'm sure it was Darno. He's their typical guy. He gets in front of home plate. Boehm has to go around him. Okay, that's a baseball play. That's fine. You can't truck the catcher anymore as a catcher.
That's the Buster Posey thing. Because
Buster Posey is leg. Buster Posey ruined baseball way before Jim Joyce did. But whenever, as a catcher, I want people to run into me. Okay, I want people to run into me as a catcher. Like, I think that rule is stupid. I'm geared up and padded. If I can't hold onto a ball with you trucking me, I deserve to drop the ball. Okay. But like, anyway, he has to go around him. That's a baseball play. It was a great slide. Does he touch home? Some people say yes. I personally say no. And whenever you look at the replay, it almost clearly looks like he misses the plate completely. Now, at certain angles, it looks like maybe, he may have gotten it, but there's an overview camera where it looks like he completely whiffs. Like he doesn't get his foot down or anything like that, and they call him safe. And everybody goes berserk to the point to where it's a topic of conversation on here. And then so what is replay actually doing for you? Because it's still up to somebody else's decision. It's just you're watching it slower. So
real quick, if anyone bet the Braves money line, FanDuel was giving you your money back if you did because of that play.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so they're helping out.
See, and that should let you know when a sports book is trying to give you back money because you got screwed. That's not good. Like that should let you know how bad that this is.
That just tells you how many people bet on it.
Right.
Not just the messed up play, just the fact of how many people bet on it. So it's just,
I would have been like, I was in charge of DraftKings. I'm like, you're the idiot who took the Braves. Oh well, that's just me. That's why I don't have one.
You know what? One thing I'm going to look forward to is when the managers come out and start arguing with the robot umpires. That's going to be awesome.
Oh, that'd be great.
I will kick you out of this game.
Get out of here.
You're out of here. Are you talking to me?
All right. So continuing kind of on this topic, we've seen a little bit of the some of the extra innings going on. What is you guys' take actually seeing it happen? Because my Mariners are the ones that almost messed it up, of course. So I want to go with Brandon on this one. After seeing it, how are you feeling about it now?
It sucks. I do not like, and yes, the Twins have fallen victim 3 times. You guys can say it's a homer take, but I didn't like it from the beginning. I didn't like, 10th inning, 11th inning, 12th inning. Okay, let's, if you're getting later into the game, maybe 15th, 14th, 15th inning, I can understand it. I still don't like it, but you got to let them play the, 10th, 11th, 12th, 13th inning normal. And then if we're getting later, then let's throw the runner at second. But if this was back in the 80s, man, give them a runner at second, what are they going to do? Lay down a bunt, move the guy to third, and then you got 2 chances to get them home. And some teams will suicide squeeze. So, I mean, it's pointless to put them out there in the 10th, like I said. So, 15th inning, okay, I understand it. Let's move the game along. But, yeah, I don't like it.
All right, and UL, the big dog, came in. He's the big dog of the diamond, by the way. He just messaged in with some emojis of baseballs.
Shout out UL.
So emoji baseball back to you, sir. So that you bring up an interesting point, Brandon, because like you said, back in the 80s, it would have been a bunt and a bunt, and now they're just making it too hard. I mean, that's what I do. I was like, bunt.
Oh yeah.
Like,
bunt them over and then maybe try to do a little suicide squeeze on the second out or even square around on the third out. I don't get it.
Even if you hit like a little chopper down first base, you actually have a chance to score also. Yeah. So, well, what's your take with the extra innings there?
It's so dumb. Like, we're here to play baseball, man. Okay, it's not like every inning we start with a runner on second. Why are we doing it now? I've never understood the Texas tiebreaker, which is what it was called in softball. That was their rule, to where they start in extra innings, put a runner on second. If you are a smart baseball guy, there is no reason why you don't score that run every single inning.
Yep.
Between bunting the runner over, you now have 2 chances to get that run in. And the first one, you don't even need a hit. Okay, you can just pop it out far enough. And now we're seeing with people like we saw it with Tatis. We saw it with somebody else. People are scoring on sac flies just out of the infield. Okay, like you barely even have to get it to the outfield. There's no reason why that runner on second doesn't score. And honestly, if everybody played baseball like you should play baseball, and I'm not a bunting advocator, but I am in this sense. I don't like the bunt, but I understand it in this situation. There's absolutely no reason why every single team doesn't score that one run at least. And then if honestly, when you get to extra innings, it should just be like, who can hit a home run? I say, screw it. If we're going to do something different, we turn it into a home run derby, and we just take the two big power hitters, we throw them out there, first one to, in how many pitches, first 1 to 5 home runs wins, and we call it a game. You want to get people interested. Let's do that.
There you go.
Let's do home run. People love the long ball, okay? You go shoot out hockey style. Everybody gets one swing. You put it over, you move on. Everybody gets at least 3 batters. And then if we're tied after 3, we go sudden death, 1 batter at a time. And that'd be real fun. I'm just saying. I think it'd be a great time. If we're gonna change baseball altogether, and that'll quick things up. You're not gonna get a 19-inning game out of that, okay?
Well, I like that idea.
Yeah, right. You're getting everybody's get 1 pitch, okay? You better swing, okay? I should say you get 1 swing, not 1 pitch, because you could do like Pete Alonso's dad in the home run derby and just hit him. Just hey, get off my plate, kid. Like that's hilarious. But yeah, no, I think that'd be way more fun. Why not go to a home run derby if we're gonna?
I like that.
If we're gonna just give away runs, we might as well do a home run derby.
Or have the pitchers do the home run derby.
There we go.
I mean,
Diamondbacks might win a lot more games with Madison Bumgarner. How about that? Too bad he gives up 9 runs a start already. Tough.
Good stuff. All right, Felix, you're up, man.
So, I'm not for it, but let me give you a quick story. About, I think 14 or 15, the Phillies were playing the Reds or the Cardinals, and we had to have Wilson Valdez pitch, okay, in the 17th inning. Now, I didn't mind. The bar was running a special, $2 Coronas for the game. That being said, I had an extra couple innings to get some in. So I don't mind it at all. And it was a shame we lost that game. I remember that. Terrible shame, but, it is what it is. And that's the way it should be played. You run out of pitchers, tough luck. Suck it up. It is what it is. But don't put someone on second without deserving a hit. Come on. Now you're putting stats in the wrong category because no one actually got a double.
Is it? Yeah, right. You can start getting runs for people, and does that go towards your on base percentage?
Exactly. Now you're messing with stats. Now it goes beyond the game. Now you're messing with people's eligibility towards having an average or something. What? So again, I'm not for it, but it is what it is, and hopefully innings will continue, and I'll drink more.
And extra inning, seeing those types of guys that's the fun about baseball. Yeah. Like the other day, whenever the Angels were getting absolutely smacked down by the Blue Jays, it was like 15-1. Seeing the backup catcher come and pitch, okay, that's like the fun part of the game. All of a sudden, some guy who never gets playing times getting an inning or 2 innings. Chris Davis has an average, a batting average right around his ERA. I think Chris Davis's career ERA is like 0, and his career batting average is like 100. So it's not far away. So that's the thing. I mean, maybe he missed his calling, but whenever I see the big first baseman come on the mound and strike out some of today's best hitters, I'm entertained. And honestly, I'd rather see him go deep off the second baseman than go deep off my closer. Like that's at least then I understand. I'm like, oh, well, that guy plays second base. He can't even throw it across the infield. What makes you think he's going to pitch? And so I feel a lot better about it. But I remember as a kid, I stayed up watching a Cardinals-Mets game that went 19 innings just for us to lose, and I wouldn't have it any other way. I would have much rather watch 2 days worth of baseball in one day than watch a bunch of grown men who get paid way too much money to play this sport not be able to score the easiest run of their life. Like if I'm paying, I want to see runs earned, and that's why the Cardinals are up 14-1, and that's why I watch baseball.
And you got Nolan Arenado for nothing, so I mean.
Didn't Ernie Banks always have a
say it again?
Didn't Ernie Banks always have a saying about Let's Play 2 or Let's Play Extras or something every time he had an interview or something?
Dude, whenever I was in college, I was our play-by-play commentator for our athletic team. And our second game of the year, we went to extra innings. Okay, and we didn't get a guy on second. We had to earn our win. Okay, and the team went up in the bottom or in the top of the 12th inning, scored 2 runs. We're down 2, and we came back in the bottom of the 12th and scored 3. Like that's baseball.
Yep.
Yeah, that's how it's supposed to go. Like and it was hype, and okay, we could have scored 4. Guess what? They could have scored 3. They would have had the same guy on second base. Like it's just dumb. I understand like speeding the game up. But really, if you are an actual smart baseball mind, there's no reason that guy doesn't score. Like literally no reason. There's so many sacrifice plays you can do. Move that guy over. You got 2 shots at it. All right, take your pick. If you don't get it, you don't get it. Okay, like I understand. If the pitcher's just out there striking you out, I mean that's tough. But like you have 2 chances at it. All you got to do is put the ball in play. Get a slow grounder. Get a pop up deep enough. Like hit it, get it hit. Like there's so much you could do to score this run whenever he's on second. And ultimately, if you actually play baseball like it's supposed to be played, it's not going to speed up the game. It's only going to make it longer.
Yep.
Yeah.
For no reason.
Yeah, and also I think like that runner on the second, I think that earned run goes against the pitcher also if they score.
I think so, yeah.
Which it's stupid.
So your whip doesn't go up, but your ERA goes up.
Exactly. I don't get that whatsoever.
This is why win-loss stat is a stupid stat.
Yes.
Jacob deGrom is 0-1 with a .48 ERA. Look at ERA. Don't look at wins and losses.
Felix Hernandez did it for the Mariners, so I'm okay with that.
Hey, there you go.
All right, so continuing with the early season of the baseball, who are you guys seeing as an early MVP candidate? Because I'm seeing right now is Ohtani for the Angels right now for what he is doing. And did you see his last double last night? It was either today or last night. His double, like that velocity or the ball was at 119 miles per hour coming off the bat.
Good Lord.
And it was a double.
A double? Didn't he have a home run that was like 115 miles an hour or something like that?
I don't know, but he has a pretty good home run on ESPN. That sounds amazing.
Yeah.
It was loud.
Yeah, so I'm picking Ohtani as my early MVP candidate because he's also pitching pretty decently as well, I think. So, Felix, who are you going?
I'm going to go with the same guy who I picked before the season started. I mean, he made, I just say walk him every time he comes up to the plate. Acuna Jr. I mean, did you see that home run? Oh, my God, man.
The umpires didn't.
Oh, my God. Yeah,
the umpires didn't. Oh, crazy.
So, yeah, I'm sticking with Acuna. He's going to coming around.
All right.
Yeah, first off, according to the last Twins extra inning game, it does not count against the earned run average. That extra inning run. So, but my early it doesn't make sense. No, it doesn't. But yeah, because Rogers pitched 2 innings, gave up 1 hit, and he got the loss. So and 0 runs.
Give up a run.
He didn't give up a run. Yeah, it doesn't make sense. I don't know.
Win loss is so stupid.
Yeah. Yeah. So, but anyways.
What?
So, for me, my early MVP. And I shocked myself when I said it earlier. Byron Buxton for the Twins. The guy is on fire right now. Amazing. And I know he's not going to keep it up, but I hope he does because this is a guy I wanted traded like 3 times in the last 3 seasons, because he just couldn't stay healthy. And I wish he would have went to the Mets, but no, I keep him now. Him and Cruz back to back. I mean, that's going to be a fiery lineup if they can stay healthy. So right now, Byron Buxton is my MVP.
All righty, awesome. All right, I'm going to go with you, Will.
It's hard not to agree there. Byron Buxton's been ridiculous. Batting .465, tied for the lead in the league for home runs. Guy is absolutely ridiculous speed. So he's fun to watch in the field. He's fun to watch on the base pass. He's absolutely electric, Byron Buxton. He's been saving my fantasy team, even though I'm still losing. But yeah, Byron Buxton's been great to watch. And also, I mean, if we're going early season, I'm going with a fun pick. I'm going Yermin Mercedes. Guy's been so fun. Guy is like, he is like Williams Astudillo remade. And it's just a short, pudgy guy who just hits bombs. And like, He only has 2 home runs on the season compared to Byron Buxton's 5. But the guy's leading the league in batting average. He's batting .485. Guy came out in his first 8 at-bats in the MLB, went 8 for 8. That's absurd. Okay, like the guy's absolutely nuts. At a point, he was batting 1,000, almost 10 at-bats into this season. I think he was batting because I think he got out the next 2. So that means at a point he was batting 800 after 10 at-bats, which is it's ridiculous. Yermin Mercedes has been very fun to watch. It was a very under-the-radar guy. You know, they have Yasmani Grandal at catcher, so he's been getting DH time, and it wouldn't be possible if Eloy Jimenez wasn't hurt. So to see him come out and to step into a big spot at the age of 28, he's not like one of those sexy guys coming up, not a top 50 prospect, not a top 100 prospect. He's just a guy who finally earned his chance, and he's taken full advantage of it. It's been fun to watch.
All righty. All right. So next comes to our segment. It is going to be Brandon's segment. It is his stats. We only did, Brandon, I don't know if you watched last week's show. We only did one of the stats, and it was the Griffey
one.
So I am not going to answer this question because I already know the answer to it. So let's see if you can stump Will and Felix with this question.
Yeah. So this only happened once. It's pertaining to the outfield. September 10th, 1963, it happened. San Francisco Giants did this.
63.
Is it a triple play that started with an outfield put out?
Nope.
You said the outfield did it? The outfield for the Giants.
Yes.
He threw a runner out going home for an inside the park home run. I don't know.
Oh, that'd be awesome, but no.
That'd be hilarious.
You guys give up?
Yeah.
Go to home.
Okay. So it's the outfield consists of the Alou brothers. Matty, Jesse, and Felipe, all in the outfield at the same time.
That's pretty dope.
So
have we even had an opportunity for that in a long time?
The only thing that would have came close, I think, would have been Orioles with the Ripkins. I think would have been able to play the infield.
Didn't Moises Alou have a brother play with him?
But the Giants had all 3.
All 3 of them. Though.
Right.
I think Moises had a brother. Yeah.
Yeah, I think you're right on that.
I can't remember his name, but yeah, I remember there being 2 Alous. And I mean, like, there's the Upkins, Justin and Melvin or BJ.
Alomar, Sandy, and Roberto.
Yep.
But all 3. That's crazy.
Yeah.
3, yeah.
All right, so we're going to go into our Mount Rushmore. We're doing this. We're going position by position, and we're doing the center fielders. UL is not with us today, but I asked UL actually an interesting question. I told him to give me your fantasy lineup, like your all-time fantasy lineup, starting pitcher and closer and so forth. So he got for his first base is Keith Hernandez.
Nice.
Oh,
yes. That's amazing.
Out of everyone?
Great start. No, I'm all for this. Keep it moving.
All right.
He's still on Seinfeld, isn't he? Oh, my God.
Then
That's awesome.
Second base was Alberto Alomar.
Yeah, okay. Sure.
A little bit more respect. A little bit more.
Yep.
I still like Keith Hernandez more. I'm still here for that.
Third base was Mike Schmidt.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. All right. A lot more.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Respect.
Then he went on the subway for shortstop. He picked the captain, Jarek Jeter.
Ooh.
Yep. Left field, Ted Williams.
Nice. Okay.
Center field, Willie Mays.
Beautiful.
Right field, Hank Aaron.
Of course. Why not?
Yeah.
I love his DH, Edgar Martinez.
Nope.
Yep, he's going to start Nolan Ryan, and his closer is going to be Rivera.
Who's catching? Did he say?
Yeah, what the hell?
No one.
See, since Ryan's pitching, it's just going to bounce right back. So, so that's how it's going to happen.
It's going to hit the backstop and fly right back
He's going
out.
to hit Jim Joyce. He's going to call it a strike, and he'll throw it right back.
Right.
This is a T-ball game, no catchers, okay?
Yeah.
Keith Hernandez guaranteed single, okay, at least, okay? You look it out there.
All right, so with the center fielders, I'm just going to go first because I can. So my first person I'm going to pick is Willie Mays. He's going to be but I don't have to say anymore. My next one, he's actually a current player, but I think he kind of can be on there, is Mike Trout. I mean, come on. I was behind that guy in center field, and it was, oh my goodness, when I saw that. Then I have to put the kid, Ken Griffey Jr. in there. I have to. And lastly is Andrew Jones.
Okay.
So we're just going to go around. So, Brandon, who are you taking?
Well, I thought for sure you were cheating off my list here for all of it.
I thought you were there for a minute too.
Yeah, Mays, Trout, Griffey Jr. for sure. I got to go with my idol though. I got to go with number 34, Puckett. That's who I can't leave him off the list. So that's my list.
All right, Will.
So same three. Got to knock those out real quick. Got to knock out the kid, the Trout, and Willie Mays. But Mickey Mantle was on there. Like it wasn't even. As soon as I saw that, it wasn't even like a thought. Those were like the first four names. It was like almost instantaneous. Yeah, those would definitely be my four.
All right, awesome. All right, Felix.
So I like to talk about players that I watched. I can't talk about the past because I like watching baseball. So my list will be a little bit different than. Of course, I'm going to have Trout on there. New Jersey kid, right outside Philly. Got to go. I hope UL was here. That way, we could share this next guy. I'm going to go with the dude, Dykstra.
Ooh,
okay.
Yeah. He's got a couple issues going on right now, but he was a good.
That's fine. We're talking about center field. We're not talking about that.
I'm going to go with a guy who had, I believe, a 17-year career, Jim Edmonds.
You just made a new friend.
I had no idea you were going to be on the show, so
that's awesome.
It wasn't to get props, but and another guy I'm going to go with who tore my heart out, which I brought up earlier in the show, Joe Carter.
Oh,
killed me. He killed me in '93. But I'm back. We won in 08. Woo!
Carter was a center fielder. I thought he was right.
Nah. I'm sure he played center at one point.
Yeah, probably.
And then he played right.
Okay.
Same thing with Griffey. He played center. And,
Yeah,
he played all over the place. Guy played first base.
I just don't remember Carter playing center, but hey, whatever.
I will say, I got a little bit of connection with you, man. Whenever I moved down, I spent most of my life in Tampa, Florida, and I moved down the year Philly and Tampa were in the World Series. And I was like, yo, am I about to catch a World Series right now? No, I'm not. I'm actually not about to do that. So, I mean, I'm not a Rays fan. I root for them just because they're there, but no, definitely a Cardinal fan. So that was interesting. That was like my first experience with baseball in Florida was the Phillies winning the World Series in Tampa, which was great.
Awesome. That is awesome. So,
and Aaron Rowan should have been on your center fielder list. That's all I'm saying.
I was thinking about it, but then I'm like, his nose probably got in the way.
That guy is just a suicide attempt every time into the outfield wall. I love him.
I'm actually surprised you didn't have Edmonds on your list.
What's that?
I'm surprised you didn't have Edmonds on your list.
Oh, I can't go Homer. I mean, come on. Jim Edmonds. Shout out Jim Edmonds, not even in the Hall of Fame, which is disappointing. And also shout out Keith Hernandez, who's also not in the Hall of Fame, which is dumb. But yeah,
spit on Kramer.
That's fine, and for that he should get extra votes. But like, what can you do? We're doing actually on our own podcast. We're doing a series now where we're doing Hall of Fame bids. We're doing previous and current players, and one's coming out on Keith Hernandez here pretty soon, whether or not he should have been put into the Hall of Fame. So that's why I like the Keith Hernandez one. I really like that one.
Okay, speaking of which, tell me about Greinke.
Zach Greinke, man. Zach Greinke's absolutely gross. Okay. That's actually our newest video right now. If you're sitting here watching at home or you're watching in the replay on Anchor, whatever you're doing watching this on, GMs for Hire on YouTube. Go ahead, watch it. Like I said, me and my friend Matt, that's also on the show. We do a Hall of Fame series for baseball. We're looking to expand it into other sports, but right now we're just doing baseball. We did a video on Yadier Molina, and I want to thank everybody who watched that because that video has gone up over 1,100 views. That video is doing absolutely amazing on whether or not Yadier Molina should be inducted into the Hall of Fame when he retires. We just dropped one today on Zach Greinke, whether or not he should go into the Hall of Fame, or maybe that was yesterday. Either or. It was our most recent drop on if Zach Greinke should go into the Hall of Fame whenever he retires. There's some other names coming up. We're going to do Nelson Cruz. We're going to do Robinson Cano. We're going to do King Felix. We're going to revisit some people left off the ballot, such as Fred McGriff, such as Keith Hernandez. There's a lot of players that baseball is kind of like the hardest Hall of Fame to get into. And so we want to revisit, and we want to, at least if they're not going to make the actual Hall of Fame, we'd like to put them up in the rafters on the GM's Hall of Fame. So we're starting it out. Zach Greinke, the first ever 100% been voted into the GMs for Hire Hall of Fame. He will at least be a Hall of Famer in our book. So if you want to go check out why we say that, I'm the guy who edits them. We make graphics and stuff comparing them to old players. We compare them to Mike Mussino. We compare them to Roy Halladay, Justin Verlander, and just kind of go over their stats and what we think should deem Hall of Fame worthy. And so we talk about
take
that.
Juice into consideration.
The Juice,
well, you're talking about Cano.
There's a whole entire era called the steroid era, okay? And if you took Juice in the steroid era, you should be in the Hall of Fame because you're not dumb, okay? Don't be the idiot not taking Juice left in the minors, okay? Go take the Juice and hit.
Go get paid. Go get paid. Go Ken Caminetti.
All of
Go
them.
get
Barry
paid.
Bonds,
32 home runs.
Barry Bonds, Mark McGuire, shout out my guy. Mark McGuire, man, hit me 70 home runs in a season. We love that. Never will be replicated, but it is so awesome that it happened, and I would do anything to have it back. We actually, one of our first ever videos was a debate on whether or not MLB players should be allowed to juice or not, and I voted yes. And it's a terrible video. I think it has our least amount of views on our channel. But if you're for some reason listening to this and you're really bored, go look at one of our old videos. It's terrible quality compared to what we have now. But should MLB players be allowed to juice? That's in there. And your boy says yes. At the end of the day, you still got to hit the ball no matter how big you are, okay? Like, it takes skill. Jordan Hicks is still throwing 102 no matter if he's on juice or not, okay? Now you just got to hit it. It's just how far is it going to go? Let him juice.
That's awesome. Thank you for that plug. And remember, you can watch Will on
Thanks for letting me plug.
Hour. So it is that time of the show. We got to close it up, guys. Really stinks.
Closing time.
So I got a question for you guys. I actually have a trivia question. What minor league? Have you guys watched the Simpsons, the TV show? At least an episode.
Oh,
yeah.
So what minor league baseball team is named after the Simpsons baseball team?
Flying Squirrels.
What was it, Felix?
Flying Squirrels.
No.
Oh.
No, it's oh God. I can't think of the name now. Because ain't that the episode where Homer ties himself to the outfield to keep the team there? Yeah.
Yeah,
I can't. Oh.
Griffey on there, Ozzie Smith on there.
Oh yeah, the Time Warp episode. Oh, with Mr. Burns and Daryl.
No, that was a softball team. That one. That was a
softball team. Yeah.
Yeah. Dang it! I could see the team name too.
All right, I'm gonna give it to you guys.
Is it the Isotopes?
Yep.
Yes.
Oh.
Yes. You
Jalen Suggs. National championship. Gonna lose the.
All right, Brandon. I'm gonna give you 30 seconds. Go.
Thanks for everybody watching. Will, thanks for coming on, being a host or guest. Baseball is here. Got 50 some more games left to go. So
not enough.
Yeah, maybe. Hopefully we could talk about the Twins and whoever down the road. Buxton being the MVP. So I'm excited for baseball.
All righty, awesome. Felix, 30 seconds.
Phillies started 4-0, coming into reality, still shooting for 500. Can't beat it. Woo!
Hey, you're reasonable though, which I appreciate. Just shooting for
All right. Will, you got 30 seconds.
Well, I appreciate the 3 free minutes of advertising space, and then as well as another additional 30 seconds. So again, if you haven't yet, if you're watching GMs for Hire on YouTube, that is GMS, the number 4 hire, just like you're getting hired for a job. We do all types of sports content, Sports Jeopardy, Hall of Fame videos, recaps, NFL, hockey, baseball, whole 9 yards. Go check it out. I'd like to think we're some pretty okay lads over there. So go ahead and come watch it.
All right. That ends it for tonight. I am the Sarge. I just want to say thank you for Will coming on here on almost the very last moment.
Hey.
So appreciate it. And we will see you, or actually make sure you tune in on Thursday for the full night crew on Thursday night, which is the rookie A-ball. So this is the Pro League. So
dang, my debut, I got brought right up to the majors, huh?
Yeah.
All right. Feels nice.
If we're the rookie, if we're the AAA, y'all are the high school team.
Get out of here, rookie ball. You don't know. You traded Arenado for a bag of chips.
for Brandon Felix.
Hey, they're
Will,
Doritos.
all right. For Brandon Felix and Will, I am the Sarge, and we're out.
Nah, you traded Arenado for bag chips.